Hey guys, that Weasel here. Sorry about the disheveledness. I'm playing a bagpiper on like Monday and they want me to maintain the beard and the face. It's gonna be in full regalia too, so that'll be a fun thing. Anyway, you know what I really like? Space. You know what I also really used to like? The Matrix. You combine those things together and you have a space Matrix. And what's in space? Moons and the video's called the Saturn Moon Matrix.
There is a good deal of evidence that says humans existed at a time before there was a moon in the sky.
And it's gonna be one of those videos.
Aristotle said the Pelasgians lived in Arcadia at a time before the moon.
Alright, I can't really find a whole lot of information on this, mostly because when you search for the Pelasgians lived in a time before the moon, you get a bunch of websites that are run by very stable people. From the best I can tell, a time before the moon is just ancient Greek kind of slang for like, it was a long time ago. And yeah, the Pelasgians being the original natives of the Aegean Sea, their origins would have been a long fucking time ago. So, you know, a time before the moon.
He called these people Proselenians, meaning those who lived before the moon.
Yeah, you know, the people who lived a very long time ago. Understandable.
Anaxagoras and Democritus mentioned these same people as being before the moon.
Holy shit. I kind of look like Democritus. I mean, if I left my beard grow out, right, and I lost the rest of the hair, and I just, like, kept this little bit on top, yeah, kinda. I even sort of have the face. Like, look at that. It's like, let me see if I can get it. He's looking off that way, so, like, he's like scowling. Why is he scowling? It's like,
And so convinced were they of this fact that they had no problem relaying it as a part of their standard history lessons to their students of the time.
wow, the ancient Greeks were convinced of something that turned out to be wrong. Someone please inform the elements of fire, earth, and water.
Apollonius of Rhodes mentioned the time when not all the orbs were yet in the heavens, and only the Arcadians lived, of whom it is said that they dwelt on mountains and fed on acorns, before there was a moon.
Again, it's just a phrase. They lived a long time ago. And they ate acorns was also a phrase, meaning they ate acorns.
The ancient Illyrians were also Proselenians.
Okay, wait, hold on. YouTube, algorithm, I know you're self-aware now. It's just an artifact, alright? That's all it is. It's not porn. Please don't strike this fucking video. I need the attention.
Whose records record a time before the moon.
Yes, a time. Long, long ago.
The 14th century Italian scientist,
And we won't hold that against him.
Giordano Bruno, echoes all of this. There are those who have believed that there was a certain time when the moon, which was believed to be younger than the sun, was not yet created.
Okay, yeah, but that could mean a couple of different things. Without taking the 30 minutes to adequately research that quotation, it could mean that he was talking about a belief system. You know, if I say, like, there are people who believe that the Earth was created in 6 days, I'm not saying, like, the Earth was created in 6 days. I'm saying there are people who believe the Earth was created in 6 days. It's not an endorsement. Also, and I gotta stress this, if he meant it as an endorsement, one guy 600 years ago saying, yeah, I bet the moon didn't exist before the earth and the sun, and then there was a time we would look up and there wasn't a moon. That's a thing. One guy saying that doesn't mean it's true. There are plenty of people who think the Earth is flat, or that birds are fake.
The Cordilleras believes there was a time with no moon.
Again, one group of people having a creation myth that says the moon didn't exist when their ancestors were around. That doesn't mean that it's true. That just means that's in their creation myth.
And they always, to this day, start their stories of ancient times with the phrase, before the moon inhabited the night sky.
Yeah, I bet they would, because it's a fucking epic phrase.
In Bolivia, there are pictographs stating the moon did not arrive in the heavens until about 12,000 years ago.
This I'm not even gonna bother fucking looking at, because it doesn't fucking matter what the pictographs say. Because one, I highly doubt that is what they say. And two, they're pictographs from an ancient culture. Yes, anthropologically they're fascinating, but no, the moon fucking existed. I know this is hard to believe, but sometimes a myth is just a myth.
And strangely enough, there is a lack of ancient moon maps. Pretty weird given that the moon is a main celestial body and the brightest next to the sun.
Why, yes, there is a lack of ancient moon maps, because you need a telescope to make one of those. And those didn't exist until like the 16th century.
Philip Stuke of the University of Western Ontario couldn't understand this, and after a long search, the oldest reference to the moon he could find was what appeared to be a lunar map inside a tomb in North Ireland, dating back 5,000 years. He found a set of lines and dots that, when placed over a picture of the full moon, appeared to line up.
Alright, well then I'm wrong. There were ancient moon maps. Congratulations, Mr. Stuke. Also, there were ancient moon maps. You just fucked your own thing. Clearly there were people who were drawing them, which means clearly the moon existed at least 5,000 years ago. Who knows? I mean, maybe people were drawing it down, and then, just time happened. I mean, shit, I have tax documents from 2014 that are already yellow. And that's just like not even a decade. Time has a way of erasing documents. That's why we try to preserve them. And if you draw something on a fucking wall somewhere, maybe after 12,000 years, not there anymore.
So 5,000 years ago is the oldest reference to the moon.
That we have so far, apparently. But wait a minute, what'd you just say?
So 5,000 years ago is the oldest reference to the moon.
It's not the oldest reference to the moon. One of the oldest references to a lunar calendar that we have is from fucking 34,000 years ago. And I would say that's a little bit older than 12,000, but, math is numbers, and I'm bad at that.
Again, where's the ancient lunar calendars?
It's right fucking there. It's right there. It's right. It's the example I just gave.
3,000 years beforehand, the Sumerians were involved in astrology, but their moon god wasn't present until about 1,000 years after this Irish reference to the moon.
Okay, but follow me here. Maybe they just, didn't invent their moon god until then.
Again, the moon is a very obvious body in the sky, so why would we have trouble finding ancient references to it?
We don't. There's one right there. It's right here, man.
Well, because the moon wasn't always there.
But of course, it's not the ravages of tens of thousands of years of time. No, it's because the moon literally didn't exist. That's a far more logical explanation.
The moon displays a lot of strange characteristics that tell us this is not only a holographic projection.
Okay, you gotta warn me before you throw a fish at my face.
But one where strange activity is going on interdimensionally.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those videos.
The lunar wave has been shown by many YouTube channels. The lunar wave is a wave that crosses the entire moon consistently.
It's called the atmosphere. I'm sorry you don't go outside. You should try it. Grass is nice to touch.
Like a constant loading sequence in a hologram.
How the fuck? Okay, look. Holograms don't fucking exist. Okay, they do, but we're not talking about like fucking Star Wars holograms. You have no frame of reference to say that. The constant loading sequence in a hologram. You've never seen a fucking hologram. You want to know what a hologram looks like? Here. This video is the closest we have to like a Star Wars free-floating hologram. You know what you don't see? A shimmering waving effect because of the constant loading sequence.
On many occasions, orbs of light have been seen surrounding and exiting the moon. These are either souls that are being recycled back into another body on Earth.
Okay, yeah, that's one option, I suppose.
Or the false light beings traveling to and from.
Yeah, That's what those could be. And not satellites or just fake bullshit that someone added to a video for views. No, those little specks are either souls or alien souls. Okay.
The moon is an implant.
Okay, we're going down the rabbit hole here a little bit. Maybe we can slow down.
And part of the moon's function interdimensionally is to create a false light trap upon our death.
Okay, let's rewind here. Maybe we can take a step back.
This is what some people refer to as the Pac-Man light. Our souls are eaten by the light, just like Pac-Man eating the dots. Saturn is aiding in this process, and funny enough, we're told 2 of Saturn's moons has a heat signature representing Pac-Man.
Alright, we need to slow down. We need to slow down here. We're going a little too fast, man.
This is intentional and being rubbed in our faces.
Yeah, they being the them is rubbing it in our face that the moon is a fake light that attracts souls to be eaten by Pac-Man by the heat signatures of Tethys and that other Saturn moon. Because we can see both those moons with our naked eyes and see the heat signatures. They're just rubbing it in our face. That's why they faked our moon, because I'm literally, I'm trying to do a bit, but I can't keep a straight face. The Pac-Man lives in the moon.
So our souls are locked in a dimension of control on this flat plane.
Okay, Pac-Man lives in the moon and the Earth is flat too. Okay. We're going to town here.
And the false afterlife is merely a short break before being recycled back into this matrix.
Now, you see, the false afterlife is a moon break, because when you go to the arcade on the moon after you die and you play Pac-Man, it's actually eating part of your soul, and Saturn's there, and he knows, but he's not telling you.
Before I continue, I'm not saying this is all doom and gloom.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad it's not all doom and gloom. We have to find some way to stop Pac-Man, though. How did Toro Iwatani know?
We have limitless divine strength to get out of this matrix, but the true light from which all source energy pours out through has been hidden from us.
It's just that the strength to get out of the matrix is eaten by Pac-Man once he comes out of the moon. See, the key is that you have to get past Saturn. If you get past the level on Saturn, then you can defeat Pac-Man. But you have to eat the reverse little blue thing. It turns Pac-Man red, and now he can be eaten.
The Tibetan Book of the Dead is an instruction manual
on how to get the high score at Pac-Man. It's got a whole section in the back of it. Holy shit, I just fucking realized something. Somehow Billy Mitchell's behind this.
On how to navigate the planes of the afterlife.
Which look like this, apparently.
It says, "Be not fond of the dull smoke-colored light from hell. Remember the clear light, the pure, clear white light from which everything in the universe comes, to which everything in the universe returns, the original nature of your own mind."
Which looked like this. This is what everyone looks like before they enter into the Saturn space moon matrix.
So the true light does exist, but has been covered up by the false light.
Which is like a little scribble I can do in Photoshop.
Many people don't even recognize that they're infinite souls with infinite creative abilities, so upon death they're still attached to the physical realm and seek comfort in any signs that point to familiarity.
Have you ever wondered why arcades are the most haunted places on Earth? Well, that's fucking why.
Family members and friends are often seen by the light to help lure you in. These aren't real, though. The fact that a formless soul would remain in its physical form after death makes no sense.
Yeah, that's the part of this that doesn't make any sense. The moon being fake and inhabited by evil Pac-Man spirits, and Saturn being behind it, that's all, like, fucking obviously. But a spirit retaining its human appearance? Come on, man. Who the fuck are you fooling? You can't... That doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry.
These are archons, or false light beings, making themselves into forms that you recognize.
Just like imagine like someone dies and they start to go towards the light and they see like their old friend, like, oh my god, Michael, is that you, old friend? And the guy's like...
The Near-Death Experience Research Foundation is the largest collection of near-death experiences on the internet. Do some investigating yourself.
So there's this saying about glass houses.
You'll find that overwhelmingly people state that they were drawn to the light or pulled to the light.
Yeah, that's fairly typical of near-death experiences, people going towards a light. But you know what is fairly atypical? The light turning into fucking Pac-Man on the moon.
There is some type of pulling action going on.
Oh, yeah.
And for the majority of people, it seems they have little control over it.
They were just being drawn to that new game button. It didn't matter that they died. They were like, hey, who's got a quarter? Come on. One more fucking round, I can do this.
Many people find themselves going toward or being pulled into the tunnel like a magnet.
Magnets, which are famously not a part of the Pac-Man video game.
So I speculate this light trap has gotten more and more powerful and efficient.
Yeah, well, there was a real problem with efficiency of the light soul trap before, you know? You know, back in the 90s, there wasn't a whole lot of regulations, so people could just put up these light soul traps and it'd be like, yeah, you know, it functions. You know, we just put a fucking box fan in the back of it. But ever since the Obama administration, you know, the government's, you know, came in, and now you can't just do that. You gotta have, like, an approved magnet fan, and that, so... Yeah, I mean, it's a pain in the ass, and it costs a lot more money to put one of these things in, but man, it sucks hard.
Since the Tibetan Book of the Dead was written. Upon entering this light, we receive a life review.
Yes, not even death can save you from a performance review. Ah, yes, Jeremy, have a seat. Now, it says here that you met or exceeded your deadlines only about 25% of the time. Now, can you, go into greater detail on that? Was there a problem with the computers, or was it just a scheduling thing?
And are told by false light beings posing as our rulers.
Light beings posing as our rulers. So it's not enough that when you die you go into a spirit fish trap. It's not enough that you get eaten and pooped out by Pac-Man. It's not enough that you have to have a fucking spirit review. But the spirit review has to be in the form of one of our leaders. So you're telling me you could die, get sucked up to fake heaven, and then prior to being eaten by Ghost Pac-Man, fucking Donald Trump is gonna sit across the table from you and go, yeah, I gotta say your life was very sad. You didn't grab enough pussy. You know, I grabbed so much pussy back on Earth. You know, they got me here and they said, sir, you're the pussy-grabbing champion of history. You're gonna have to reincarnate to Earth so you can stop China from stealing all our jobs.
This is 100% bullshit.
No fucking way, man!
We need to get back to source, back to our original bodies, and not stuck in this cycle of death and reincarnation.
Well, I hear if you reach level 255... with 3,333,360 points, you can glitch out the game, and technically, that's a win state.
Why do these beings want us recycled? So we can remain energetic food for them. Archonic beings and reptilians who run this matrix need us. The Archons survive off of our negative thought forms.
And they look like sad red jellyfish.
And the reptilians survive off of our blood and our children's blood.
Fucking what? Alright, so the moon is fake. Saturn's in on it. There's a ghost fish trap that gets you when you die, and you're given a soul review by one of our leaders, so it could just be fucking anybody. Could be Joe Biden, you know? And then after Biden tells you that you suck, you have to get eaten by Pac-Man and pooped into a new body. So the fucking reptilians can drink your blood. You know, maybe better idea here is that the moon is fucking real and is just a, you know, it's a fucking moon. You know, maybe the moon is just a moon.
John Grace, an ex-CIA operative, wrote under the name Val Valerian in a series of books called Matrix.
Okay, I just spent way too much time looking up this dude, and I can't find anything about him other than, one, he wrote a bunch of bullshit, and two, he's dead. So, you know, ultimately, he too was eaten by the Moon Matrix Pac-Man god. Sorry.
His material has a lot of truth in it, but it's also mixed with lies, like all disinformation activists.
God, okay, so some of it is true, and some of it is lies, like everything. So, really, this is just an exercise in you picking and choosing what you like narratively.
He does reveal, however, the afterlife's tricks as required by the laws of lesser magic.
Okay, so there's magic now. Got it.
In Matrix 5, Valerian writes, they want to recycle spirits into another productive incarnation, hence the light and tunnel at Death Trap. Scanning someone they wish to recycle as they near death, they discover who the person was close to has died. They project the person's image in the white light tunnel and the image waves you in deeper. If you choose to follow, you can be trapped and sent to another incarnation of their choice.
That doesn't sound that bad to me. I'm just saying, like, you know, if you're dying and the offer is go back and be and do more shit, or I don't know, get eaten by Pac-Man, going back to Earth seems kind of like, you know, that's a decent trade-off. Of course, if they mean productive, like, you know, how we mean productive, then that means capitalism has infested the fucking ethereal realm, which means we're all just kind of fucked. We're all just fucked at that point. Like, you die, like, it's like if you died, and then there was a bank. There's Bank of America. And it was just like, hey, so now you have to take a loan out for a new body.
Hidden in plain sight is another name for lesser magic. The laws of lesser magic entailed that the evil acts done on this plane can be balanced out as long as the truth has been shown to us via riddles, media, symbols, and more.
Okay, well that's fucking dumb. That's a dumb... That would not fly in a court of law. What do you mean, riddles?
The DreamWorks logo sequence shows a boy sitting on the moon fishing in the water. The moon has nothing to do with the works of dreams. This boy is fishing for souls.
So Shrek. Fucking... Shrek. Okay. He then proceeds to show a bunch of clips from a bunch of movies that I can't show on YouTube for obvious reasons, so we're just gonna skip ahead, but it's like the scene from The Poltergeist and like, don't look at television static, you know, shit that we don't even deal with now. At no point does he talk about Shrek, so I'm kinda hoping that's the last time.
Blue flower, red thorn. Don't die, Shrek. And if you see a long tunnel, stay away from the light.
Never fucking mind. It's,
No! Hurry, no! Don't look at the light! I can't help it.
Oh, and The Bug's Life, too.
What is it?
And Finding Nemo, so, you know, just any cartoon with a light source.
In the Lego movie, Cloud Cuckoo Land is said to have no negativity and no unhappiness.
And Cloud Cuckoo Land is, of course, a stand-in for the fake Moon Matrix Soul Fish Trap, where our leaders are waiting to tell you that you suck and that Pac-Man needs to poop on you.
Just like many near-death experiences discussed in The Light. This is all energetic manipulation.
No, it's fucking plastic.
In the background we see the all-seeing eye, and all throughout Cloud Cuckoo Land there are lights that are mesmerizing and many spinning wheels like used in hypnosis.
Because Cloud Cuckoo Land, it's supposed to be... It's what the why am I defending this shit? You're fucking insane. You think Shrek has subliminal messages to tell us about not going into a spirit light.
It's revealed that the unicorn is hiding all of the negativity with a positive demeanor.
Not a unicorn, it's a cat. that's got a horn on its head, so it's objectively more terrifying.
This represents that the false afterlife is meant to trick us. It's malevolent at its core, but hidden within false love.
That's what they went when they made the Lego movie. They were like, you know what? We need to show the people that the afterlife is a false afterlife where there's actually negativity. And that's why we're making the Lego movie. That's why Will Ferrell signed on for it. He was just like, oh yeah, fucking Spirit Light PAC-MAN moon. That's what this all is. You goofy little goober.
In the 2005 movie The Island, before their birth on Earth, clones are created in pods and programmed via light and hypnotic suggestion that they are special and have been chosen to go into the island, which is powered by a holographic grid. You're special. You have a very special purpose in life. You've been chosen. The island awaits you.
And the obvious subtext of that movie was that, again, the moon is fake and Pac-Man is waiting to nom you. And it definitely wasn't a ripoff of Parts the Clonus Horror, which was riffed on by Mystery Science Theater 3000, the show that I really liked as a kid, and it might explain why I'm such a fucking loser now. But wait a minute. The Mystery Science logo, that's the moon! Oh no!
This is akin to the many near-death experiences where the experiencer is told that they have been chosen for a special mission. These are soul contracts that we are being coaxed into agreeing to.
Okay, shout out to any of my audience. I don't know if there are any, but shout out to any of my audience who have died. I mean, had like a near-death experience, all right? While you were doing that, were you ever offered a contract? Like in that fucking picture, a physical piece of paper, like, were you going towards the light and then you were like, wait a minute, I'm fucking handcuffed. And then, I don't know, Bill Clinton was on the other side like, hey, I need you to sign this piece of paper. It's very important. My Bill Clinton impersonation is like my Donald Trump impersonation, but with like, I don't know, he's high. I'm just asking, like, did that happen?
The idea of archons using us for energetic food is shown in movies as well.
It's like how he just has, like they're just like angry little, there's sad little jellyfish just floating around on top of you, like, oh, I'm red. So then he just goes over a bunch of movies, like Shrek, like fucking Shrek, where he's just like, in this movie, this character had a light in front of their face. Therefore, the afterlife is a tunnel of Pac-Man that wants to get at you. Or this character falls down a hole. Therefore, the moon is fake. It's just a solid 5 fucking minutes of that. Any movie, anywhere, ever, that's ever had a character with a light on their face, subliminal messaging. Just letting you know that the contract that the ghost fake leader makes you sign when you die to get reborn through Pac-Man's digestive system is wrong. Is fake. So just don't sign it. And saying that sentence makes me feel like I'm having a fucking stroke.
In Monsters, Inc., we're told that we have monsters assigned to us at birth.
There's not enough fucking alcohol in this. That's what Monsters, Inc. is all about. When they start the movie and you see them all going into those doors, that's the movie telling you that at birth you have demons assigned to you that, you have to make you want to have to sign a contract after you die. Haven't you ever seen Monsters, Inc. before?
The future is bright at Monsters, Inc. We're part of your life. We power your car. We warm your home. We light your city. Carefully matching every child to their ideal monster to produce a superior scream refined into clean, dependable energy.
That's what they mean. That's what they mean. That's what they mean by clean, dependable energy. They mean our fear, which is why whenever you see someone selling you clean, dependable energy like wind or solar, they're really talking about is Pac-Man on the moon.
Clean, dependable energy, meaning our fear, our negative energies which are fueling these beings. The fact that we live in a fabricated reality inside of a dome is shown in movies too.
A I've got a fucking headache right now.
In The Truman Show, Jim Carrey plays Truman, a play on words for the true man. He lives in a false world, a hoax perpetrated from the lunar moon room.
You picked the one fucking movie that matched what you said just even the slightest little bit. He lived on a massive soundstage. That was the thing. That was part of the sci-fi element. It's fantastical. It's like, oh my God, you can't... This is what pisses me off about these people. They totally discount any kind of creativity you might have. They totally discount any kind of ideas like a writer might have. It's like you go to these people, and it's like, no, you didn't write The Truman Show. It's just a modification. You got it from demonic alien spirits. It wasn't something you came up with. It wasn't something that you worked hard on. It wasn't something that, was transformative or prophetical in any way, like talking about how popular culture was moving more towards fucking reality TV. No. It's because PAC-MAN, who lives on the moon, was whispering to your ear while he ate you in a previous life. This is what happens when you defund the fucking public educational system to such a fucking point. This is why there needs to be another criteria. You know how you have in school, you have like English, math, science, art. There needs to be a fifth one called critical fucking thinking.
His life is a movie set. I want to mention that some say the Egyptian god Set is synonymous with Satan.
Yeah, some people say that, and they're fucking wrong.
So Truman, at the end, trying to escape, sets sail only to collide into a giant wall that's encasing his reality. In The 13th Floor...
A criminally underrated movie, by the way. Like, if you haven't seen it, it's actually pretty good. Anyway, again, he just talks about, like, in this movie, this thing happened, and in this movie, this person... reality, like any idea, anything where anyone goes like, hey, reality might not be everything that it seems. Anytime anyone says that, it's not a cool, unique idea on their part. No, it's the fucking fake moon. That's the standard. There's no such thing as creativity. Didn't you know? Haven't you watched Shrek?
Every opening Disney sequence shows the flat Earth represented by the horizontal lights and the dome represented by the round star line over the kingdom. This sequence is showing us the kingdom, the King Dome.
It's called fucking English.
It's all in the language, folks. As I've mentioned in other videos, we live in a hologram that the creator is projecting onto this reality.
I thought we lived on the fake Earth moon. Now it's a hologram?
We keep feeding our energy towards Saturn and confining beliefs like money and time.
Yes, anytime you see an advertisement with a ring, or like a hoop, or like a sharp curve, it's not because it's a cool shape. It's because we're actually worshiping Satan with popular culture, so Pac-Man can eat your soul on the moon after you sign a contract with a fake world leader who says you need to go back to Earth to fulfill a purpose, which is fake because the actual goal of when you die is to get to your original body, which is some kind of hyper matrix body, because it's what subliminally told you in movies like the Lego Movie and Shrek. Haven't you seen Shrek before? Isn't it fucking obvious? Don't you know?
So what is being broadcasted back is exactly what we're putting in. You could say we've helped insert a virus into our creator who's akin to a computer.
Yeah. Now the universe is the universe is a computer, and we gave it a virus in the form of capitalism, and now fucking Pac-Man lives on the goddamn moon.
Our world is malleable when we take control of our divine nature.
Fucking do it then. Fucking do it. I goddamn dare you. Film yourself. Film yourself with a fucking kid. They're fucking everywhere now. Film yourself. Get a spoon and do the thing. In fact, go to Walmart. Film the entire process of you going to Walmart, getting the spoon, buying the spoon, going out into the parking lot, and then using your fucking because obviously, you know, you're aware of the whatever, you're aware of the universe and all this other shit. Go out to the parking lot and bend the spoon, make it float, turn it into a kitten, fucking do something. You fucking won't because you're just a crazy person. You're just a goddamn crazy person. And I will put $100 fucking down right fucking now that if I find the original person who posted this, because this is a re-upload of a re-upload, if I find the original person, they are selling a goddamn book. They are selling a fucking book. Fuck you. You grifting shithead. You're dragging me through the swamp of insanity. I am less for having seen this video. We are all lesser for having watched its content. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
We can reinvigorate our divine selves in these bodies by sun gazing and by connecting with the divine feminine energy of our earth via grounding mats and barefoot walking.
Go outside with no shoes on and no socks on. Walk onto grass, and you too will be made aware of the Pac-Man, Moon, Saturn, Satan, Hollywood, global leader matrix, where your soul goes into an ethereal crab trap. I literally feel like my brain is fucking collapsing right now.
By focusing on love, clearing ourselves of negative thought forms, and letting our divine selves flow through us, we can rise up above the frequencies that bind us. To not go into the light, we must tune our thoughts and attention accordingly. When we die, we have 360 vision.
So you can 360 no-scope Pac-Man when he comes out of Donald Trump's face after he gives you a contract that says you have to go back to Earth and get eaten by Pac-Man and then pooped into a new body. It's explained everywhere. I mean, haven't you seen Shrek before? Anyway, that's all I'm subjecting myself through for this goddamn thing. You know, when I originally set out to make this video, I thought this was going to be a two-parter. And I kind of wish I had stuck with that, because now I really do feel like my brain's fucking rotting. Anyway, if for some reason you liked that video, like, comment, subscribe down below. And hey, if you really want to support this channel and the fake moon matrix that apparently I push, you can join me on Patreon, like these people, you know? Or, I also have a Ko-Fi now. So, you know, I set the thing for like $2. It's for anybody who just wants to do like a one-time thing. Honestly, I thought about setting up a Patreon that only paid out every time I released a video, because I know I've been really slow. I'm trying to... You see, the thing is, recently, I had a near-death experience and I went through a tunnel. And in the tunnel, Nelson Mandela gave me a contract and said I had to go back because I had to be more productive. And then Pac-Man ate me and I woke up. Mandela counts. That's a leader. He's not a current, you know, he's dead, but that's a world leader. I consider that still world leader recent enough for where that would be one of the world leaders that you would probably see. You know, I mean, it's not like I said like fucking Churchill. That would be bizarre. And as always, have a good day. Holy shit. How long was I screaming? 1 hour and 10 minutes. Sorry, future me, you're gonna have to edit that.